Neighborhood Watch presents live at Ill Remedy Studios. What's up? We got Vel the Wonder in the house. What's up, girl?
Yeah.
How's everything going with you?
Gravy train.
You're doing a lot of stuff. We see you doing a lot of stuff. Break down a little bit of how everything's been going for you.
2018's been wild. I've been just running, doing mad shows. I got really into how I released my merch this year. I released a good amount of visuals this year. I opened up for a lot of people that I looked up to growing up this year, so I felt like I hit a lot of good marks.
Talk about some of the shows, some of the bigger acts you got to open up for.
In the summer, I actually got to do a back-to-back one weekend where I opened up for Immortal in Riverside, and then I opened up for Evidence in LA. Both shows were like around 2,000 people at capacity, so it was amazing. I had such a wonderful time at both of them.
Yeah, the Evidence show. I remember we pulled up a promo for when you did a show with us, and he had said something in the interview, and you hadn't even seen it or something, right?
No, I hadn't.
That's
seen
dope.
It.
Stuff like that is
yeah.
super.
I was like, wow, that was so fucking dope. And then I checked out that YouTube video, and it had been like so many months prior.
That's dope. That's dope. Have you worked with any of these artists that you grew up listening to?
Some.
Like, name a few.
Some that we'll hopefully get to hear next year.
Okay, so it's worked, and it's just
I'm just working really
on that process of letting the world hear it at the right time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself being from the 626, because it's a pretty big hip hop culture around here, and we want to know how you felt coming from here and kind of being one of the artists that we're seeing move bigger and bigger and reaching different levels.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, because it just felt like such a normal upbringing for me living. I was born in El Monte, but I grew up in Baldwin Park.
Okay.
Where I lived in my grandma's crib, basically, where my whole family lived there. I probably had like up to 14, maybe more people living there at one time in like, a 2-bedroom. But I think everybody in my neighborhood had the very same situation.
Right.
We didn't even have cars. I used to walk everywhere. Or my moms and dad would take me, my sisters, and my brothers on the bus everywhere. And that was just normal. The bus drivers always thought my parents were my older brother and sister because of how young they had their kids. But it was very, very normal to see that in my neighborhood. It wasn't until I left Baldwin Park where I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh, that's what's
I
up.
see.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
In the music circuit, you've been doing a lot of local shows, but a lot of out-of-state shows too, and out of the country. Can you talk a little bit about how it is from doing local to getting out and exploring the world as you're doing your music?
I've been blessed to explore other countries, but I do it. I've never been booked by an out of country promoter. I've always
you're doing the work yourself.
I've done the work myself.
That's
I
dope.
I pay for myself to go out there. I'm also a part of a collective called Pachamama Familia, where we pretty much have people in every country somewhat, in like as far as like musically related, connection.
That's dope.
So I've been blessed up to this point to visit like I think almost 5 different countries and be able to land and at least get a connection with a local.
Yeah.
And they have the first thing that they always know is, I mean, they're looking, for a studio, or we're looking for like where the art spots are, or where to get weed, like the typical,
right?
all the fast plugs. Most of them I've actually been able to stay on their couch though. So I think everywhere I go, I end up just like couch surfing and going to like the local spots.
The old school G way, right?
Yeah, I don't really do like I'm not getting flown around. I don't have like a driver. Like nobody drives me.
You should get one.
I would love a driver. If anybody wants to drive me around.
An Uber driver. Oh, there you go.
Ever.
There you go. Let's go back a little bit about your merch. I see that sticker you got all over the spot with the bus. Tell us a little bit about, is that your design or?
Yeah, that bus is on the RTD actually. And I kind of changed it up a little bit to have the main street say Baldwin Park in Maine, which is, I'm sorry, not Baldwin Park, Olive and Maine, which is the two streets in Baldwin Park that I grew up on.
Dope.
So,
dope.
yeah.
Once you said you're from El Monte, Roz over here, the DJ, got all excited. They're from El Monte.
I was born in El Monte, but I was definitely raised in El Monte.
Oh, so she gave a little slide to El Monte real fast.
I had to. Somebody came at me like kind of salty last time. I was like, bro, I was born in Greater El Monte. I love El Monte.
We had a question back here. We want to know a little bit about the Covert skate shop. And
what about Covert?
And this guy says that he saw you spit your first open mic there, but
he can actually be 100,000% right about that. I'm like most positive that he's 100,000% right about that.
And you're so dope. Oh my God, you're so fucking dope. But I just want to say that.
So prior to that, I mean, I learned how to freestyle from just kicking it with my homies in a circle.
Right.
In a tight circle or like in a room where everybody's just kind of like in a circle formation. But it was I never held a microphone before. And I remember going to Covert. I think it was the very first time I had to not only spit in front of a group of people, but hold a microphone. I remember that being such a detrimental part for me, figuring out how to fucking spit into a microphone.
Really?
Properly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was, I think, yeah.
We also have
Covert was probably
steps,
the first place that I did that for sure.
That is dope. We all have different steps we have to take to figure out how we're going to do our art, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's cool. I was gonna ask about the graph supplies there, and we know you're a graph writer too. Mm-hmm. Is that where your hip hop roots started from?
Most definitely. I was into graffiti at least 5 solid years before I even began getting into freestyling.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't say freestyling, but making music.
Do you still graph, or do you still
you know what? I obviously, like, I'm so involved in music now that it's not like a thing that I'm constantly doing, not like how it used to be for me.
The drive is a little different.
It's the thing about it, so it's a lifestyle. Like it's a mentality, it's a state of mind.
Sure.
And it's forever for me. Like I do it without thinking, without realizing that I'm doing that. I'm writing my name somewhere.
You have a marker in your pocket?
Always. At least a couple different textures of surface, you know? Or I like since I'm leaving the country a lot now, I find more opportunity in painting out of the country, just so I can say, I've fucking painted a wall in
So there's Vel bombs
Japan.
Over in Japan.
There's some there's some. I'm not gonna burn myself out.
Right,
but,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
If you see, you see.
They're like, no more Vela here. Stop you.
Y'all are so bad.
Sorry, Japan. She will be back there, though. You can catch her later.
In April 2019.
There you go. She's going to be in Japan in April.
Yay.
So hopefully you forget that joke and you show her mad love. All right, we're going to get into a song, Stella Rosa, from you. You want to tell
Stella Rose.
Stella Rose. Oops.
Rosa.
Not Rosa. Rose. Stella Rose, can you tell us a little bit about the track?
This track, actually, is one of my favorite tracks. Is from my first album called Lace of Pearls. This track is my representation of all 4 elements of hip-hop, which I've always been very vital about, especially me being I consider myself like a 2-element hip-hop person. So it's just my my ode to that.
That is super, super dope.
Yay.
Neighborhood Watch presents live at Ill Remedy Studios with Vel the Wonder.
Yeah. Shout out to Neighborhood Watch. Stella Rose. Yeah. to catch her sipping in nothing less than sneakers. The way she appeared when she bumped through my speakers. Such a spiritual lady, saving the art. Hip-hop's miracle baby. She was born through the music and not through producing. Now finds it enticing, highest inducement. Addicted to making a good sound. Anything that touched her heart with the mic, lay the right mood down. She's a supporter before she's an MC, but more importantly, she wasn't born as a femc. I wouldn't doubt she was a human, the way that this lady would make music. It went something like this. Whenever the rosebud would start to bloom, the petals would curl at the lip, just like these other MCs did. Reaction to what's really getting said. So much harmonization. She's throwing up her art like she's bombing creation. It keeps it on its toes like a B-girl standing in the pose, never to impose. Cause this is where it starts. Apply yourself fully to the art. And if you're feeling uptight, fall apart. Believe in all the essentials, stimulate the mind with the where it starts, apply yourself fully to the art. And if you're feeling uptight, fall apart. Believe in all the essentials, stimulate the mind with the paint. She walked around with the plugs like the boom box. Whenever she would ride by, you hear the boom drop. She bust that boom bap, you be like, who's that? And why she walking in the cypher with the smooth facts? What? Her name was Stella Rose. And she makes you wanna flow, yeah man. Yo, she's finer than wine. She even spit for free if you gon' supply her a dime. She kept it OG like a vintage jukebox. Logo to what people never snitched in the crew hop. Living on so many dimensions, her heart couldn't take the tension. So she started writing down all of her sessions and kept it caressed with soul confessions. Every second it is verse between her and the world, is soul connection. So many lessons to be learned. I said so many records to be turned. In the process of it all, this is hip hop, she said. Between me and you, man, hip hop ain't dead. I said what? Take a look around us. We living in a culture and art that surrounds us. We got the truth coming out of our heads. No matter how many times we get dressed, and we look out for our friends and never forget those who held the torch before and spitting forth all this noise that is known for more. And this is where it starts. What? Apply yourself fully to the art. And if you're feeling uptight, fall apart. Believe in all the essentials, stimulate the mind with the painting as your mentals. Where it starts. What? Apply yourself fully to the art. And if you're feeling uptight, fall apart. Believe in all the essentials, stimulate the mind with the paints and instrumentals. What?
Vel the Wonder.
Yeah.
Stella Rose.
Yup.
That was dope. The beat is malfunctioning. Back to Vel. Who was the producer on that beat?
Manifest.
Manifest.
Yes.
How did you click up with Manifest?
We linked up. Actually, I think it was like a DM through SoundCloud prior to like everything. I think it was like in the very beginning.
What does Stella Rose mean to you? And go a little more in depth.
It's supposed to be she's like a musical, like an icon in some way, some form. It's not even like a person. It's almost even like a feeling to me. But she represents like all four elements, and you know, kind of just keeping true to that. I'm not really somebody who walks around like not liking trap music or anything. I think we have to adapt and modernize what we do. But I think if you keep the core in what you love, like, I can see no wrong. Like, I'm having so much fun with the hip hop I'm making. It's crazy.
You're a B girl at heart, right?
I'm a two-stepper.
Yeah,
definitely.
There you go. And when I say like B girl, I kind of mean more of just like hip hop and its four elements is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not closed-minded either. You know, like I'm not like, oh, you know, only this certain type of rap and that's it. I'm a music head. Like, I love sounds and the way that they're composed together.
What are some influences that you've taken?
From rap?
From just music in general, like.
Well, if I start with rap, I've always, I think my biggest influence, as like me personally loving an MC, was Benefit. I always loved Benefit.
Punchlines.
You know, Vinny Paz was a favorite of mine. Big L. My dad bumped a lot of Warren G and DJ Quick, so I got put onto that. A lot of Biggie, so I got put onto that. On my own venture, I feel like I seeked out Bone Thugs and Harmony really young, so I was like always like
1999, my nigga.
do you know what I mean? Like that was my eternal love for hip hop.
I think that's
Bahamadia one of my core favorites. Queen Latifah.
Hell yeah.
You know, I don't want to just single out female MCs. It was never like that for me.
What about like other genres, like any rock and roll, jazz,
I mean,
country? I'm joking. That's a joke.
Nah, I mean, everybody be knocking on country, but I mean, I don't really listen to country. I'll be honest with you, but
she's like, yeah, everyone be knocking out country, but I don't like it. But
I mean, I don't really like it. But whatever they got playing, I like Amy Winehouse a lot. I listen to a lot of Amy Winehouse.
She drank about as much as I do. I liked Amy Winehouse a lot.
She was beautiful. I just love the way that she was able to write what she wrote. I think it's from a lyricist's point of view. She was amazing, and I take a lot of that to heart.
Okay. Yeah, no, Amy Winehouse is super, super. She had her own little swag to her, and
she did.
And
she didn't give a fuck.
Exactly, like the I don't give a fuck mentality was really there. You could totally see that.
Yeah.
How about talking about yourself in your fashion sense? What do you give that nod to?
You know what? I've said it like a million times, so I'll say it 1,000,001 times. I always give my fashion ode to Aaliyah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
you always look comfortable.
I'm
like you're just chilling.
That's not I've heard that over and over. Like you always look mad. I'm so comfortable. I have to be comfortable. I'm gonna come rap.
Right.
You know, I'm always thinking like, if I had to run or hop a fence, then I'm gonna be ready.
See, like classy, but still like, oh, I'm getting away.
I mean, anywhere. Like I've run in wedges, so I can make it happen. It's not something I prefer, but you know, when it gets down to business.
That is what's up.
But I say Aaliyah definitely, or you know, the whole Gwen Stefani steez.
Yeah, almost wild punk a little bit, but not so much.
You know, I love sneakers. I just like even flat-footed sneakers. I'm so bad.
Nike or Jordans. I mean, they're the same company. They're all making the big bucks, but or skater shoes.
I say skater shoes.
Adidas?
I mean, right now I'm rocking Cortez. I usually have on I usually have some fucked up Vans on.
You were talking a little bit about your merch, and tell us a little bit more about that. Where you can get it, and do you have like some new ideas you're coming up with? And
yeah, all the time. I have like some crazy stuff coming out too in a couple months, as far as like how far we took the merch. I sell all my merch on my online website, www.velthewonder.com. Yeah.
And is it your ideas, or is it like, do you have a little bit of team or something?
I have a team. I have a team that helps me out definitely, but I feel like I'm pretty much like the executive.
You get to make the decisions, right?
Yeah, like not even necessarily decisions, because I'm always asking for my team's advice, but I'm the idea starter, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna go into this next track from Vel the Wonder, Savage.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started off as fun, it's turned in beginning. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started off as fun. Day one as my mark begun. We started off as fun as I broke from vodka and rum. Hardest to swallow like I let the words hollow my lungs. Proceed to throw up when I swallow my tongue. Let the world pile up begun. Follow the one. Silent on them, putting miles on them. With a smile on it, possibly none could come close. Put a match up and let them fucking roast. Like the sun versus butter on toast. Yo, who want it the most? When it's me and you, who you think's gonna break so fast? I'm dropping joints in your ACL, ain't gon' last. I'm living life through a shotgun barrel. Let you have it, I garage forever. Marauded for profit, and profit is devil. Just an angel feeling a little apart from heaven. I'm feeling lucky yet my number seems far from 7. Lost your reverence, so whenever you're thinking about praying, just remember my name. You love and hate me the same. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun, it's turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun, it's turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage. Yo, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? Beat it with my vocals on a sequel? Or let my brothers feature and be the leader and let my students fill it with the music? Let it pretend to be good muse or infuse into some Buddhist? It's Buddha heads, I thought you knew this. No flow against water and lace with pearls, say the truest. That raw uncut classic like scratches and loose hands. Hey baby gets massive, no need to feed the masses. We feed in the undergrounds, acting this set. Whether they broke as fuck or out there stacking some bread. We came from a place that had us out here cracking our heads, but we pulled through it instead of running back to our beds. Now we put our fortune into the habits we fed. What could feel like passion could make me feel actually dead. Which started up as fun, makes me feel savage instead. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage. Just a habit I'm trying to manage. What started out as fun is turning me into savage.
Neighborhood Watch presents live at Ill Remedy Studios with Vel the Wonder. That's a dope track.
Thank you.
Are you a savage? What was the inspiration on writing that track?
It was like felt like I was barely coming into myself, you know,
Okay.
as far as like I guess other people recognizing what I got going on. And then you know, with the positivity comes like the negativity and all the bullshit, and then just kind of being more woke, more realizing what's really good, and behind the scenes looks so much different than being from the crowd. I always say that I'm like an individual from the crowd, a woman from the crowd. So to just kind of like flip over and see the other side is like, damn, all this shit is like, I don't know. It's cool.
How are you reacting to that with getting more and more, like your Instagram
Now I'm more comfortable.
is dope, right? Your Instagram is doing good for you, right?
Yeah, IG's cool, but it's not, I don't know, it's like, you know.
Social media is always kind of weird in its own little...
I'm like, I don't know. I still like, I'm figuring myself out, but all I know is, you know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Nice.
I'm enjoyed traveling. I'm enjoying the projects that I want to put out with the energy that I want to put into it.
Tell us a little bit about some of your older projects, going through the process of getting better, meeting new people, and getting a bigger audience to talk to.
Well, I feel like in the beginning, it was me just kind of doing what I thought, you know, an MC was supposed to do, which I love all my beginning work. It's very organic, very natural.
Nice.
And the only reason why I kept going is because of how fluid everything was feeling for me. Now I've kind of developed more skill as an MC. I have more opportunity to work with different sounds, different people. And it's like a game to me, and I'm just having so much fun killing it.
You were talking earlier about like some of the first days. It was like the cypher, and you were kicking with your homies, and you guys were knocking stuff back, freestyles and whatnot, learning. Was it a group before Vel the Wonder solo act, or was?
No, I've always been an individual.
Always?
I mean, I have. Like, my homies today are the same group of homies that I had before I started making music.
That's tight.
So it's
Real homie shit.
Real homie shit. Like, it was never not gonna be that. And don't get me wrong, I love, like, people I meet now are so awesome, but I'm like one of those people, like, you know, I'm comfortable. Like, I love my circle, and I have no problem staying in my circle as far as like friendship goes. But I already forgot what the question was. My bad.
It was going on to the next question. We're gonna talk. I wanted to ask you a little bit about Fourth Beats. Mm-hmm. He's your DJ, right?
Yeah.
Boom, bam. Does he make beats too, or?
Actually, he's not my DJ. He's my producer. That's what he does. He makes beats.
He does make beats. So me asking that question is kind
He's like my play DJ. You know.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So he produced.
Mellotonics.
All of it? The whole project?
The whole shebang. So Mellotonics is like a group that I have with Floyd Beats.
Okay, that is dope. Can you tell us where we can find your music, all your Instagrams, that all this helps promote yourself?
For sure, yeah. You can find, if you want to find like everything for me, it's velthewonder.com, VELTHEWONDER.com. My Instagram is at @vel_9 NINE. Or at Mellotonics. You can also search up like iTunes or Apple Music, Spotify, all that under Vel the Wonder.
Can you tell us a little bit about, we're going to get in one more track from you, Backseat. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Shit. Oh, that's actually, fuck yeah, here's a cool story for you.
Awesome.
So, Backseat, we needed like, I think 1 or 2 more tracks for me to finish Joyride. And I knew I wanted that like all rap song because I'm just a fucking rapper. Yeah. You know, I wanted to like do that bar for bar shit. And it was right before Prodigy had died. Oh. So that was like the kind of like part that I was like, whoa, that tripped me out because I was in the studio with Loudon. Shout out to Loudon. He produced the whole Joyride album for me. I was specifically told him I wanted a Mobb Deep / Trife Life inspired instrumental. So he actually played the instrumental and somewhat mimicked the drums on that, and then plugged in a sample, and we went from there. So it was specifically meant to be like a Trife Life style song, and then Prodigy passed like a week later.
Wow.
Yeah. So but shout out to him, and yeah, that's where I came up with the beat. So I feel like I was kind of like the executive producer on the beat, you know, but.
No, the whole thing came from that.
Yeah, so, it stemmed.
That's super dope. All right, Neighborhood Watch presents live with Vel the Wonder, Ill Remedy Studios, Backseat.
Yeah. Check. Loudon on the beat. It's the adrenaline rush, better than the crush. When you second on your guts, when you start to erupt. Killer while sitting in traffic, splitting some domes, letting them havoc. Like havoc on the west side, better as my best side. What an East Coast flow, like it's Bed-Stuy. Peace to the folks that grew up in Brooklyn. We got that shit up in Compton. And Kendra be the captain, good message and solid hooks in. Be like they'll jump on the hook then. Buzzing, with a voice that got them shookin'. Who really be the crooks without wearing crooks and castles. I've been independent since day one, spit fire on you assholes, I'm supreme. Hotter than your whole team, I'm limited edition. So sell out everything, I'm better than Breeze. But you got allergies, so when you start to come around, you feel your throat tightening. I'm better than G's. I got all of the work, don't pull out all your honeys. I'll take out all your girls. Your bars are making money, so I sent them back for work. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find a balance, put it in this work. In this overcast, keep me happy, ready to die. Someone below the heavens, I hear freak all night. Is this a party? Is this really what you wanna get it started? I came with trigger fingers, knowing there is no other option. I'm the one you came to jock. Take a peek. Welcome to my spot. Can you remove your sneaks? This is my sanctuary. Yes, I came to bless the mic, and I'm here to acknowledge there's nothing less confess tonight. I'm a quick fix at it for a big habit. Small taste in a quicksand for some quick addict. A sick answer. Living in this shit average. I'm literally ill-matted like Ill Max. Still chasing ill material. Quarter safe like cereal. I was feeling sad hot, but it's Bobby shit is serious. And the Irie flow, she make me wanna find my soul. Pachamama Los Angeles with a mic and roll. Hang up from the ceiling. And I'll teach them how to fly. When you stutter, when you flutter, feel my speech come on my spine. What is it that you singing? What does your word mean? Do you really think about it or step on the first scene? Your murder raps, I'm calling flirting. Content hurting. Take it sad, but you cannot hurt me. You cannot kill what's already dead as dirt, I'm earthing. Put you in the grave, that's the first thing. Suicide boys intentionally lurking. And a fake bitch commits this. Love the sound of females, but a snake bitch hisses. Rider wanna hit her for the battle. Now she wanna go and tattle tales around the town. When she cannot stand the solid ground I walk on. Water I talk up. Say hydrators for this heat, yo, I sparked up. Catch a wildfire, stepping in the wild style. Feeling lines, I'm on fire, wild line, here we go. Slipping in the Billy legs, feeling illy ill side. Billyville with the ill mind, illmatic. I still panic, still act the real savage. Now I'm hungrier as ever, stacking meal habits. Henny MC, let me at it. I'm doing damage to your cortex. I'm feeling vortex. Psycho, somewhat of a psycho. Some chick in the backseat with a right flow. Pick of the fruit, beat breaker, take rhymes. Say them hack each leg at 8 times on a mic though. Yo, how can something so wrong be right though? Yo, how can something so wrong be right though?